Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a special edition. Our guest today, I say, is the one and only, thank God, Lundie Meadows, Mayor of Greenup. As we have the county mayors on, we've had Mayor Fields, and this is Mayor Meadows. Donna Hayes will be on with us. I don't personally know the mayor of South Shore, so I'm going to plug on you a little bit here in a minute after we get off to help me get a contact down there. But at any rate, Lundie's here to talk about the city of Greenup, the successes he's had in it now in his third term. We'll be back with Lundie in a minute after we take this break on the First and People's Bank Greenup Beacon Media Network.
At First and People's Bank and Trust, we're not only your home office, we're your hometown bank. We're your friends, your neighbors, even your relatives. When you enter our front door, you're going to be our number one priority, because here at First and People's Bank, we're here to serve you. Tired of dealing with that corporate bank where you're just a number? Come see us at First and People's Bank and Trust, where we'll treat you just like a friend. Whether you're buying your first house, your second house, or financing a new car, come see us at First and People's Bank and Trust.
KEDC provides support and adds value to our members' districts through a united spirit of cooperation and innovation. With 67 member school districts statewide and over 50 years of service, KEDC is Kentucky's oldest and largest educational cooperative. KEDC is always interested in our young people by providing educational support services for its school members. Types of services provided: technical wiring, full collective bidding services, special education support, professional development opportunities for all school employees, adult education services, leadership development, and more. KEDC, your trusted partner in education. KEDC, 904 Rose Road, Ashland, Kentucky. Tri-State Enterprise is locally owned and operated, serving the tri-state area. We pride ourselves on quality work, meeting the deadline, and customer satisfaction. All our staff are experts in their fields. Our division managers have over 110 years combined experience in construction, lawn care, electrical, and HVAC. Our staff has high-vac licensed technicians and installers. Our executives have over 45 years combined operations and service management experience, bringing multiple divisions together, making us one of the most diverse companies of the tri-state area, from Flatwoods, Kentucky to Portsmouth, Ohio, and Huntington, West Virginia. Tri-State Enterprise, 1305 Argylide Road, Flatwoods, Kentucky, 606-836-2534.
Hello, everyone. My name is Christy Addington, and I'm with eXp Realty. We are an international real estate company that uses innovative and progressive techniques to help our buyers and sellers meet their real estate needs. I service Eastern Kentucky, Northeastern Kentucky, parts of West Virginia, and have connections all over the world. Please contact me at 606-547-1166. If you have any questions, I would love to help you. I can also be reached at my website, which is christyaddington.exprealty.com. Have a blessed day.
So Lundie, let's start out from ground zero.
Sure.
Born and raised, born in Ireton, but raised in Greenup,
Correct.
Greenup County.
Yep.
Go to Greenup to school.
Graduated in '96 from Greenup County High School.
You're just a kid.
Just a kid, young.
Oh my Lord. So that makes you what?
About 42.
About 42, same age as Carol or Beth graduated in '95 out here.
Yep.
So we've been here and back 4 times. When we came back, we said we bought our plots out here, and this is where we're going to end up. So, well, we haven't ever owned a house here, not since my mom died, and that was in '90. And that, going to Worthington, where they have that half house where Gary Boyd used to have his office. That was the house I grew up in, but it wasn't a half house in those days. So So you graduated, did you go to college at all?
I went some to college. Didn't end up finishing, but I do have some college.
Right, right. Well, you know, that's, any education teaches you something.
Exactly.
These people, these kids talking, oh no, I can make it out of high school. Yeah, you can make $7.25 an hour. There you go.
Exactly.
So, what did you do before you became mayor?
I actually worked at Ramey East Pumps. I was out there for
Okay.
20 years.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we departed our ways from there, and I was also elected to city council when I was about 18, 19 years old. And then, of course, I've been mayor now, going on my third term.
So now, do you like mayoring?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you?
Love it.
And one of the things we talked about earlier, though, is that this is what you do.
Yes,
So you go to the office every day kind of thing? Do
every
you?
day.
Well, you know, of course, that's everything. And so, third term.
Yep.
So who did you take the office from? Who was
Donna Hewlett.
Donahue? That's now. Let's talk about the city of Greenham. What is your considered population down there now?
About 1,200.
About 1,200. It does serve as the county
It
seat,
does.
and of course, all those buildings are non-taxable, so that doesn't help you any, does it?
Exactly. One thing we got to realize too is we also supply the water to most of Greenup County.
Right,
So the city of Greenup owns the water company as well.
right.
So and it's massive.
Well, people don't realize what it costs to be able to run a water plant.
Exactly.
They really have no idea, and that's too bad, just to be honest with you, because I think that if people realized what was going on,
You know, when you take in the chemicals and you take in electric bills, last time I looked at the electric bills, it seemed like with all the pump stations and the water plant itself, we were somewhere around $8,500 a month just in electricity.
right,
So
right.
it costs quite a bit to supply the water and to make it drinkable.
Well, you know, in comparison, when the city built the Expo Center in Pikeville, I'm sure it was $3 or $4 million when they built it, but their electric bill's $8,000 a month,
Correct.
or $9,000.
Yeah.
You know, and people, power is everything. I mean, you can't do anything without it. And I'm sure in the winter, their gas bill's big if they have gas, so it's,
Absolutely.
you know, it's, so let's talk about the city some more. You have a full-time police department?
Correct.
How many
We have
officers?
3 right now.
And your chief is?
Roger Russell.
Roger Russell. And how long has he been in that position?
Roger's been in that position. He was actually been, I would say, just a guesstimate, I would say around 15, 16, 17 years. something
Yeah,
like that.
longer than your tenure.
Oh, absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Plus 2 other officers.
Plus 2 other
Do you
officers.
try to have a 24-hour?
We did have 24-hour protection when we lost a part-timer. He went to Bellefonte, and we're looking for a part-time police officer now.
Right. Well, you can always buy an ad in the Beacon,
Yeah.
you know. Now, fire department, is it strictly volunteer?
It is strictly volunteer.
Not a paid chief either?
Not a paid chief.
Okay.
That's one of the things that we're looking at this coming fiscal year is the possibility of having a paid chief.
Who is the chief now?
His name's Steve Warwick.
Yeah. I know that Wright is on the fire department because
He's the assistant chief, along with
Assistant.
Mike Kendall.
Mike Kendall. No. And so how many firemen does the department carry, do you know?
Roughly around 20, 25.
Right. Of course, volunteers, sometimes you have 25 show up and sometimes you have 5 show up.
Most of the time, it's the same 8 to 12
Right.
guys all the time.
Right. I mean, people can't leave work. In the old days, when people worked on the railroad, if they worked down in the yards, they'd let them come. But I'm sure in today's environment, you're not going to get to just go jump in your truck.
And it's difficult for the firemen as well. The stipulations that the state requires you now
Right.
to be a volunteer fireman, and it takes a lot of time.
Yeah, a lot of training.
Yes, it does.
Yeah. And I know that I was a volunteer. We did train. But when you roll up on a house and somebody's hanging out a window, that's a whole different life.
Absolutely.
It truly is. Okay, so water department. Who is your water department?
We have a distribution. My foreman in distribution is Roger Harris.
Okay,
And he's been with the city probably since he's been about 18, and Roger's probably around 50 now.
yeah,
So
I
he's been there a
believe
while.
I believe I've met him a time or two.
And then our chief water plant operator is a gentleman named Roy Riddle.
Okay,
So
now is he a Greenup president?
no,
Yeah.
actually, he's from down in the coal fields down in Kentucky.
Okay, so he comes up and does what's.
Well, he actually lives here now.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, we stole him from a water plant down there, and he moved up here. And,
Likes it.
yep, loves it.
Well, that's good. That's good. Now, inside your city office, who is your city clerk?
My city clerk is a lady by the name of Lacey Dixon.
Okay. Does she have some tenure there?
She's been with us probably about 4.5, 5 years now.
And so, have we hit every office? The
we-
maintenance?
Well, that would be the distribution office.
Okay.
Rogers. I have a utility clerk.
Okay.
I have two of those. The supervisor in there, his name is Jeremy Bloom. And Jeremy's been with us for about 4 or 5 years also.
Bloom, Blum?
Yep.
I know there's some Blooms up here too. That was, Richie works for the city of Russell,
yeah.
so. Have we hit every department now?
Well, we have a sewer department as well.
Sure.
And Jeff Hall takes care of our sewer department now. We pump all of our wastewater to Wortland now.
Right.
But we're still responsible for our own pump stations and our lines and things of that nature.
Now, is your infrastructure, well, let's take a break and come back and talk about that. That might take us a minute or two. We'll be back with Lundie Meadows, Mayor of Greenup, on Special Edition.
All drivers are not as careful as you are, and Kurt Robinson State Farm Insurance in Flatwoods reminds you to drive carefully at all times. For all your insurance needs, auto, home, life, and health, contact Kurt Robinson Insurance with over 28 years as a State Farm agent. Phone 836-3011. Auto quotes available 24/7 at 836-3011. Kurt Robinson Insurance, 1114 Belfont Road in Flatwoods.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
At Carmen Funeral Home, for more than 100 years, the original mission of the firm hasn't changed. They've always intended to provide the best and most professional services, complemented by the finest products. Carmen Funeral Home, people serving people since 1913, from pre-need to final arrangements. Carmen Funeral Home. At Meredith Chiropractic, you will enjoy state-of-the-art chiropractic facilities and discover the true wellness lifestyle. Dr. Terry Meredith is a member of Great Doctors of Chiropractic and has helped many in the Ashland area experience natural healing without surgery or drugs. If you're looking for a skilled chiropractic doctor, visit meredithchiropractic.com, call 329-8158, or visit Dr. Meredith's office at 2120 Carter Avenue in Ashland.
Are you an adult looking for a new career? A high school senior ready for a new and exciting journey? No matter your education goals, we have a path to get you there. We have lots of programs to help you get a high-paying job quickly or work toward a bachelor's degree. Take advantage of the state's lowest tuition, outstanding training programs for jobs in your area, and online classes. Enroll now. Ashland Community and Technical College. Higher education begins here.
Pappy's Cookin' has breakfast all day, hand-patted burgers, and an all-you-can-eat soup and salad bar. Our friendly staff is here to make sure you have a great dining experience because we want our patrons to be treated like family. Pappy's Cookin', 2135 Arcolite Road, Suite L, Flatwoods. Call 606-836-3663.
Lundie Meadows, Chief of Greenup County, and not
City of
Chief,
Greenup.
but City of Greenup. chief officer, the mayor, and I had someone said on here, Vicky said that city just provided new police cruisers in the last, and that was all a month. Are they new?
They are.
How many you have?
We have 3. We bought 3 brand new Dodge Chargers.
They all have squirrels in there?
Oh,
Yeah.
All the good stuff.
Well, it costs money to run anything. People think that, like, people don't understand why Flatwoods every 12, 18 months has to have new cruisers. You look at the miles they run.
Absolutely.
I mean, you got your own problems, but and then, city of Russell, not a large population, but clear out here to Indian Run around, or is it Indian Run? Short White Oak. That's a lot of miles.
Absolutely.
It is. And of course, you got, just like Russell, you got 23 running by you out there, and people are crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Got anything else for me, Vicky? Send me a message. Thanks, Terry. So what were we going to, we were going to talk about infrastructure. So why don't you explain to the people watching what exactly is considered an infrastructure item?
Well, anything that, the biggest items for us is, of course, in our water department.
Right.
Take for granted our water plant over there. It's seen its fair share of days. It's been in operation now for a little bit over 40 years.
Right.
And it was remodeled, upgraded in about 1991. So
It's about time.
the lifespan of it it's gone.
Yeah.
We're in the process right now. We have plans for a new water plant. They're laying in Frankfurt with the Division of Water. We're waiting on approval from them. Last night at our city council meeting, we took steps to have our engineer draw up blueprints for new intake structure out in the river to be able to bring water
Right,
into
to pump
the
in,
plant.
yeah.
Exactly.
People don't realize either. You're not talking about $1,200.
No, you're talking millions.
I mean, when you go to put the bolts on the flap over, which they had in Carlisle, they had the water plant there. The bolts were $3,000, and that was 20 years ago.
Absolutely. We're looking at a project probably around $13-14 million by the time it's all said and done.
Now, how do you finance that? Do you finance it through your own means and then pay it back with the water receipts? Is that how you do
We'll
it?
bond it out.
Bond it.
Absolutely.
And now, does the area development district still have money that helps with that, or Farmers Home, or
There's not much out there.
not much anymore?
Not much out there.
Yeah, that used to be the saving grace for ever rural,
Exactly.
which we are rural here, no matter what anybody says.
Exactly.
And but I and the other thing is I wish people could just see how massive it is to just pump water.
Absolutely. Well, there's probably, take into consideration, we've probably got about 550 miles of water lines in the ground.
Right.
So it's a huge undertaking.
And which manages to give you 26 water breaks at a time.
And a lot of water breaks.
Right.
A lot.
Well, I notice Ashland has the same problem. And you compare the finances, they have the same problems, and of course those water lines were probably there before you and me.
Way before me.
Yeah, I don't know, yeah. The former mayor of Greenham, believe me, there'll be no editorial endorsement for this guy. No, but I'm saying, you don't think about those things. I know what the Russell water plant and sewer plant look like now, and when I was a kid, they weren't there. They were over a little old tiny thing, and it's just, they're surely not as big as what you have in miles, but
And all the cities in Greenup County are doing the same thing as infrastructure. It's across the United States.
right, it's everywhere.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. I know I lived in Las Vegas, and of course Lake Mead's down 40%. You can only stick a straw in a glass so many times, and
We talked about a little bit about, you brought up about grants and things of that
Uh-huh.
nature. Back when I was on city council, there was grants everywhere, free money everywhere.
Right.
But anymore, all those things have dried up.
Right.
And you can't rely on those things
No.
anymore.
well, I had hoped that in the second term of President Obama, he had started talking about refunding, not refunding, infrastructure money, President Trump has said that he would like to do that. But I think when you take a look, if we're taking money out of the armed forces to build a wall, we have all these natural disasters. You know, I mean, like Puerto Rico was almost wiped out. I think we helped the Philippines out a little bit, a few million. There isn't any money.
No.
You know, you can only turn that press on so often.
That's right.
Even though you and I like to know where that press
And
is.
even at the state level, you know, we used to get line item
Yes, yes.
from the budget from the state's level.
You don't get
We
anything.
don't get anything.
Yeah. So, you know, it's everybody, of course, everybody's trying to hang on to their own little niche.
And one thing people have to realize too is the General Assembly, which creates the laws in which we govern by, they only give a city so many ways to be able to
Finance
things and to be able to bring money in.
Well, you know, every Wednesday at noon, I have education people, Cold Iron and Miss Horsley. Of course, she's on medical leave, and her time will be up. She's retiring to try to get well. And today's Sean Horn, and then I have ACTC the last week or 2 weeks, depending upon how many Wednesdays. And those guys talk about the same thing. Used to be money for everything. And then about 20, 25 years ago, every unfunded mandate they could come up with, now you will do this. Well, who's going to pay for it? Well, lay somebody off. Well, that works when you're a little fat, but I don't think anybody's fat anymore.
Yeah, those unfunded mandates are really nice when you get those.
Yeah, well, it's like I noticed the other day that in this last passel of school legislation, I don't know whether it all passed or not, but every school has to have a counselor, and for every 250 kids. So my question was, is there like an exception? So let's say you have 501. Do you have to have 3 counselors? Because you got the first 2. And, you know, I'm sure there's some creative bookkeeping, but let's say 600 rather than 500.
Sure.
Then you're going to have a third counselor with absolutely no funding provided.
No help.
And there was something else that they were trying to do that I thought, oh, I know, police officer in every building. Well, Flatwoods does help Russell fund their 2, but there's still 2 more buildings or 3. I mean, you got the same problem in the city. Well, you don't have a school.
We don't have a school, but I've got a daughter that's in school at Wordland Middle School.
Right.
And I know the sheriff's department, new sheriff Matt Smith.
Right.
He's been really active in the school system.
That's going to take care of the kids.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I don't care where you are. That's a good man. Known his mom and dad forever.
Sure.
And knew him when he was, well, he's about your age,
Yeah,
isn't he?
I drop my little girl off the school every morning, and sometimes there's a sheriff's deputy sitting out there by the road, just sitting there with the lights on.
Right.
That's a really good
Slows
deterrent.
everything down.
Good deterrent.
Yeah. Yeah, I just don't want them in my back window.
Oh.
That's what I'm hoping for. Lenny, your wife, been
Lisa,
married?
Been married 20 years.
Does she work?
She does. She works for OLBH.
Okay. A nurse or a clerk? Or
Yeah, she's a clerk.
clerk.
Yeah.
And you said you had 2 children?
I do. I have Addison. She's 13, and then my son, he's junior out to Morehead State University. So he'll be
Yeah.
graduating soon.
Well, that's good. Get off daddy's
Get him out of the
payroll.
house. Get him out of the house.
Get off daddy's payroll.
Maybe he can take care of me.
Good luck on that. Let's see, I have 4. The oldest one's gone now, and we have 2 of them with us, and one lives in Nevada. I try to go out to Nevada and help raise money. You know, you go to Las Vegas, try to raise money to come back to heaven. You know, hadn't worked yet. The worst thing that happened to you in Las Vegas, Lundie, is to win big.
Yeah.
First time I played, I put a $20 bill in a poker machine, won $940 on the first play. I thought, well, I can make a living doing this.
Exactly.
Believe me, you got to work to gamble.
Right.
That's it. Lenny, we'll be back to finish up our show here in a minute. This is the First and People's Bank, Green at Beacon Media Network.
Name, new address. Sharp Accounting and Insurance, now at 1200 Diedrich Boulevard, Russell, Kentucky, in the former AAA building. Call Philip Sharp today for your auto, home, business insurance needs at 606 606-324-0696 or Sharp Accounting at 606-324-5655 for your IRS, taxes, accounting, and payroll services.
Everything about Stultz Pharmacy is special because everything they do is aimed at pleasing you, their customer. Low-priced prescription medications, their unsurpassed selection of over-the-counter medications, drop-off and pick-up, drive-through window, free blood pressure screenings, free delivery, large selection of greeting cards, collectibles, Yankee candles, and gift items for all occasions. Just a few of the things that Stultz Pharmacy offers their customers every day. Stultz Pharmacy with locations in Greenup, Flatwoods, and Wheelersburg. More than you expect from a pharmacy.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Welcome to Bellefonte Animal Clinic. Dr. Amy Bess is a licensed veterinarian treating dogs, cats, and other small animals. Your pet's health and well-being are very important, and Dr. Bess and staff will take every step to give your pet the best possible care. Bellefonte Animal Clinic is a full-service animal clinic and will take routine wellness cases as well as medical, surgical, and dental issues. Dr. Amy Bess, Bellefonte Animal Clinic, 1500 Kenwood Drive, Russell. Call 606-836-9933.
Brent Roark's Insurance Agency is a full-service agency associated with Nationwide Insurance, one of the largest insurance companies in the United States. Nationwide's financial strength remains strong. To reach Brent Roark at 721 Bellefonte Road in Flatwoods, phone 836-6666.
Nationwide is on your side.
Today are obsessed with recording their experiences. Whether it's a selfie with a friend, a magnificent sunset, or their lunch, the power to pull out your phone and capture a moment in time is irresistible. When fans attend their favorite events like conventions, festivals, concerts, and sports, phones spring out to capture every special moment. Now imagine offering fans your exclusive up-close or action-packed content in a beautiful keepsake book. But not just any book. Our proprietary collaborative platform gives every fan the power to include their own photos with your content for something truly unique and personal that they'll treasure forever. And they can do it all from their phone. Hi, we're FanBooks, and we work with partners like you to create and publish collaborative, on-demand keepsake books that your fans are gonna love. FanBooks. We play for keeps.
Welcome back to our final segment of Special Edition with the mayor of the city of Greenup in Greenup County, Kentucky, population 1,200, Lundie, Meadows. Be 1,199 if he would leave town, like probably a few people. There's probably a few that would like to.
I'm sure there's a few.
Yeah, we know one for sure.
Absolutely.
Yes. Well, your wife, I didn't count her in. That'd be two.
That'd be two.
Right. Your saving grace is the kids probably like you.
Yes.
Yeah, as long as you're handing the money out. I
As long as you're
understand
giving
that.
them what they want.
Yes, sir. What's your biggest challenges going forward? We talked infrastructure, but you're talking about things you'd like to do off camera. Let's talk a little bit about
Sure,
it.
infrastructure, like we talked about, is the biggest thing. Hopefully, the next couple of years, we'll be building a new plant, get some new intakes in. We're also looking at this fiscal year in our budget. We're going to remodel the fire station in town. We also have the Keys building where Keys Farm Service used to be. We
Yes.
own it right across the street.
Right.
We had rented it for a little while, but we're looking at this fiscal year too as going over and making a community room, and then we're going to take our police department and move them over there.
Right.
And that'll open up our city buildings.
Parking and everything,
For
yes.
some more space. We got a lot of records.
Now, do you have a drive-home fleet? Do they drive it home?
They do. They
Okay.
do drive them home.
Well, I think they should.
Yep.
There are people that argue adamantly because they might see them out at, I still call it Applegate's, but food fair. And but you know the reality of it, if you have an officer out, you have an officer out.
Yep.
Something happens, they're there. Even if they're off duty, they're going to respond.
And,
so.
and that police car is a huge deterrent.
Oh, yeah.
So whether he's on
It's like
duty
you
or
were
not.
saying, turn those lights on, the traffic slows down.
Exactly right. That's exactly
And, which, I've never had the first complaint with any law official in the county.
Yep.
I do give Tim Duvall a hard time. Told him that, if he rolls up behind me, he knows I'm on a hot story and just let me go.
Right.
But kidding, of course, but,
Getting back to the infrastructure as well, and things that we're going to do is we have a beautiful city park
yes.
down along the Ohio River.
Build a flood wall, we'll be okay.
We've had porta potties down there for years, and hopefully
We'll try to
this
build
summer-
one.
Hopefully this summer we'll be able to complete and get a restroom built down there.
So you're going to build those kind that you can wash out?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Stainless
because-
steel sinks,
Yeah,
stainless steel toilets.
that way, when, if it does flood, you go in with the fire hose, and
That's
10 minutes later, yeah.
Walk away.
Now, you said you'd considered, council and you have talked about possibly creating a fire chief's position.
We've discussed it, and that's as far as it's gone.
Well, I know, it's money.
Yeah.
And if you have a full-time chief, you have to pay him enough to work
Absolutely.
because they can't work another job and be a full-time chief. So,
Correct.
even though they put in 80 hours a week,
Right.
Anything else you see?
No, that's really about it. I think we've covered just about everything.
Well, I'm glad that you have stop signs instead of stop lights. I think that stop signs make it an old-fashioned downtown.
Absolutely.
I just wish that Russell and Raceland and Wortland and even Wortland and Greenup were all the way when 23 ran through us all. I'm old enough to remember when there was no bypass around Russell. You went under the underpass, that was 23, and it went back up over the viaduct and down Riverview. You didn't have what you have today. And a lot of people say, oh, C&O closed, ruined Russell. No. And that's not what ruined Greenup either.
Yeah. And we also have to put a plug in there for our fireworks. That'll be July 5th this year.
Yes, July the 5th.
Yep.
And that is a...
Don't have my calendar in front of me.
Oh, look
Friday.
here. I'm big with this now.
I'm thinking it's Friday, July 5th.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't want to have it on I'm going to calendar. And let's see, we're in May here, and we need to go to July the 5th is a Friday.
Thought so.
You're very efficient for a guy from Greenup.
Yeah.
You can't have everything, right? Anything else you want to throw in here? Plugged anything else?
I think we've covered
Well, old-fashioned days.
Yes, old-fashioned days. I'm not sure the dates.
I'm not
I think it's
either.
always the first weekend in
Yeah,
October.
first
so-
weekend in October,
Yeah.
yes. And they have music and
They do.
entertainment,
They do.
and, I think,
And they're always looking for volunteers to come and help be on their
right,
old-fashioned days committee.
right, I know that sometimes that's tough.
It is.
Who heads it up now?
Maddie Codiron.
She's
Been
still,
doing it for years.
yes, always nice to me.
Yep.
I was gonna come down one year and stream and all this diabetes and infection stuff, and it knocked me out. I was gonna come for free one year, see if I could sell myself, But we've had, I do want to thank you, Lundie. We have talked about trying to work out streaming the fireworks this year.
Absolutely.
And it'll be 100% Greenup run. It won't, no commercials, other than First and People's Bank, of course, because they hold the network together. But other than that, it'll all be Greenup, and you can be on with me, and
Sounds great.
we'll talk about things, and this microphone will pick up anything.
Great.
So, Lundie, I want to thank you.
Thank you, sir.
And hopefully in a year, we can come back and we'll talk about progress on the infrastructure repairs and maybe talking about your intakes again. And one thing I want you to do is when we when we do that, why don't you make sure you have some good pictures sent to me
Absolutely.
of the diagrams and of the parts,
Sure.
so we can talk about what a pump really looks
Sure,
like.
absolutely.
People are viewing a pump like you siphon gas, and that ain't
No,
quite how it
no,
works.
no.
Lundie Meadows, our guest today from the city of Greenup, Chief Operating Officer, Mayor, and he's a full-time mayor. He doesn't work outside. He spends his days at City Hall praying for money from the federal government, which I don't think we're going to get any of that either. But hopefully when Lundie's on, we'll see progress on the many projects he has envisioned for the growth of the city of Greenup. Join us again next week at 11 o'clock for Special Edition. For Lundie, this is Hank Pond. Thanks for joining us here on the First and People's Bank Greenup Beacon Media Network.